Hi everyone, this next video is of an Isuzu double cab that came in with some front damage. The first part of the video that I've made is all still shots because I hadn't started making videos yet when it came in. So then there was an unfortunate incident which you'll see later on, but then that part will be videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments. So here you can see the extent of the front damage. It wasn't all of it because the nudge bar was also damaged. On this photo here you can see the crack, how the bumper at the bottom split underneath the car, and there it split on the top as it goes onto the cradle. There is the crack in that's the wheel arch liner. I started by stripping the car, taking all the broken stuff off and the bent stuff just to see the extent of the damage underneath. Fortunately it wasn't too bad underneath all of the body parts. There you can see the crack in the bottom of the bumper, and obviously here I've already shown you that's the top where it goes onto the cradle, and then this is just the front part that I had stripped so far up to that point. This is what happened to the nudge bar. The bracket broke out. So you can see here I was just seeing how it fits exactly in which place, and there my welding was not fantastic, but it does do the job. Here's another bracket at the top of the nudge bar which also split and broke, and they're fixed. Here's the fender all painted. Here's the front bumper, the new bumper. These are new parts that I had to put on. The bumper painted now. Always remember that preparation is key. If your preparation is bad, your paint job is going to be bad. Yes, she looks beautiful again. I was well pleased with this job until the unfortunate incident that I spoke about earlier. Apparently a gate closed on the fender, and fortunately it was just the fender. Preparing the new fender, I started off by taking a scuff pad. The fenders do come with primer on, black primer, and you roughen up the paint with a scuff pad first. You could use sandpaper, water paper to do this, but it's a waste of time. It's really not necessary. After doing that, I wipe the panel down with cleaning benzene, or you can use a proper degreaser. Make sure it's an automotive degreaser. And then here the primer goes on. My first coat of primer. I use an MS primer, which is almost like a primer filler. It's quite thick and it sands very nicely. It's very light to go on, and it really is a good product. I let that dry for at least overnight, but I think in this case we had rain, so I had 2 or 3 days before I put the guide coat on, which you'll see now. Very important to put a guide coat on so that you know when the guide coat is off. Once you've sanded it out, your panel is perfectly smooth, as you can see in this video. Remember to use a block when sanding the primer, because that is a flat surface, and if you use your fingers then you'll have finger marks that'll look like dents at the end of the day. So here you can see the exact reason that I put a guide coat. This over here, that's already smooth, but it's not smooth here around there. So once all of this guide coat is off, then you know your panel is perfectly smooth to spray the color on the clear coat. Now for the first coat of base coat or color, whichever you want to call it, but it is actually called base coat. Your strokes should be nice, even strokes, and about 15 to 20 centimeters away from your panel. Beautiful even strokes, and then spray in opposite directions. Here's coat 2. So I use a tack cloth in between coats. Once the coat is dry, and it dries relatively quickly, use a tack rag, tack cloth to wipe all the dust and stuff out of it, and then your last coat you just spray at a 45-degree angle from a fair distance away, just to get the metallic flakes to settle nicely. You can get these at any automotive paint shop. I use them over and over. You obviously can't use them indefinitely, but you can use them definitely more than once. I shake the gun between coats. While the gun has been resting, some metallic bits may have settled to the bottom, so just by shaking that gun I'm stirring the paint a bit to get all those metallic flakes up again. And here we go with a clear coat. Guys, remember always when you're spraying your panel, always spray the edges first. Whether you're starting with the primer, whether you're going onto your base coat, going onto your clear coat, always start with the edges first. So your base coat, you'll have like 3 or 4 coats on the edges first, just to make it a bit thicker. I did block the clear coat. Over here I was just sanding with my fingers just for the sake of the camera, but I did use a block before this. Always remember to use a block. I have already sanded some down. I forgot to record, so I'm just recording this just to show you guys. This is 2000 grit paper. Once I'm done with the sanding, just to get the surface nice and smooth again, I did use a block already, and then I'll polish it. So onto the polishing now. Some guys say you should use maximum speed when you're using the polisher. Some say you should use a slower speed. I just find on the day whatever I feel is working for me. So a lot of the time I'm a bit more than half speed. Sometimes I do go full speed, but I always make sure that I have water on with me or on the polisher, on the sponge. Make sure that sponge is always damp. This is to ensure that you don't burn your brand new paint job. This came out really nicely in my opinion. I am well pleased with this job, and the color match was perfect. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. And if you have any questions, queries or comments, please put them in the comment section below. Take care guys. Bye for now.